think I'm streaming. I do believe I'm streaming. Do I be streaming? Hello? I think I'm streaming. How this working? Okay, okay. We good. What I would like to do though is turn this on. Probably down. And turn this to mute or down. We can just mute it. Heather B, smoke. Let's go. Let's go. We are going. Can you hear me okay? I'm as you saw from the title, no one else was live, so I said, why not? I'm hanging out in the shop and I've got this set up. I have no monitors or anything yet, so I want to check that. Audio is good. Excellent. And I am playing copyright music, so whatever. I'm going to delete the stream anyway, probably. I mean, definitely at this point. I trust your word. Makes sense. Sweet setup. Thank you. I'm working on it. I'm trying to get it dialed in. Oh, you'll like this then, Heather, if you haven't seen. I got to find it first. There's that. So then I just hit that. And we switch scenes. There's the stream. All right. Yeah, there's a delay as always. So that's my little workstation because I'm probably going to play with that lamp a little bit. Yeah, my latest long form video explains exactly what I've got going on here. Not exactly. It explains the basics of what I've got going on here without going too much into detail. Because I was running out of time and I didn't want to turn my channel into a tech channel. But I tell the software that I'm using, and basically I had, I believe, 3 cameras set up. I was also recording at the same time, which caused some lag. But this computer that I'm running is my dad's old computer, and it has an onboard video card that's not that great. But I put in a solid state hard drive, and that helped a lot. So it's a big investment. It's like $200 to upgrade the video card. To me, that's still a big investment. So I'm hesitating on that. But if I upgrade the video card, I should be able to record off of 3 cameras, wireless cameras, and live stream at the same time. So that's the end game. Can you see the hardware store? Yep. It's a little far away, but you can see me and you'll be able to hear me. So I'm going to go over here and see if I have anything. I want to update that light. Actually, I can switch it where you can see it. So that light was my dad's first play, or as far as I know, only play with stained glass. And it's been packed away. I found the newspaper that told me what date, but it's been packed away since like the 90s. And, excuse me, the problem with that is, switch back, bam! So cool. Sling Buzz, what's going on, man? The problem with that is my mom smoked at that point. She quit smoking. It doesn't matter what year she quit smoking, but anyway, she smoked. So the lamp itself and the cord and all that is sticky with nicotine. So what I'm trying to see is if I have a light, the guts of a light that I can put in there that's not sticky and covered with nicotine. If not, I'll run to the hardware store at some point. I don't want to ruin that. That's actually an old school shop light. So I do not think I have one. If I do, it's somewhere up there. But we can still take this apart and play with it a little bit. All right, so we're going to switch to that camera. And bring my device. Now, I don't really have a monitor on this camera, but the sound should all be good and everything. I could monitor it if I turn on the YouTube. Turn on the tubes. But I gotta find my own channel. I don't know if y'all can even hear that music. It's probably better off that you can't, if you can't. 3 views. All right. No one else was live, so that's me. Let's go. Click on it. Let's go. Why did the music stop? Oh, because I have no idea. Why won't you play? Go. Okay. So that's weird. It won't let me play my video. It's entertaining to say the very least. So we're just going to close all that and start over. Hope everybody's having a good day. I've been running around. There we go. There's me. I could put on the Bluetooth, but I'm not worried about it. As long as I can see me and make sure that we're not locked up. And I can read the chat. So, I've been running around, running errands, doing stuff. I got cat stuff I had to take care of and stuff like that. Now I've lost the chat. Now it's back. How about that, Jack? So there you are. Hello. Hi, Sophia. How are you? I literally, like my title says, no one else was live when I came out here to the shop. So I said, I'll go live. Why not? I ain't scared. Let's do some more light. Ain't scared. For more light, I would need more power. I do not have enough power for the light. We'll turn up the music some too. That way we can be sure to get a copyright strike. Extension cord. Oh dear. Perfect. Illuminate. Probably not even needing that much. That'd probably be more than enough. Can't see. Sophia, I'm good. Thanks, Schmoke. Hope you are good too. I am pretty alright. I am just chilling. Is that music too loud? Is it overpowering me? I don't really want to touch this sticky nicotine crap. Which is funny because I smoked for so many years. I'm going to put on gloves. We'll get out some soapy water and clean this thing up too, maybe. Top messages. No, we want all messages. Sound is fine, cool. We want all messages. I don't know if y'all are familiar with Humphreys McGee at all, but if you're not, you should be. They're pretty amazing. And like I said, this is absolutely copyright, and I'm sure I will get copyright strikes, but... So this thing, the more that I'm looking at it, a lot of these solder joints have failed. I need to look at exactly how this thing's made, and maybe we'll learn how to do... I don't know if they failed or if they just weren't thoroughly done. Still hot here, so my hands are a little bit sweaty. So the gloves don't go on easily. Oh my gosh. To say they don't go on easily would be kind of an understatement. So yeah, there's several panels on here, if you can see this. That one's not even in at all, really. This one's obviously been cracked and glued at some point. That looks like a crack. I mean, this thing was done literally in the 70s. I'm pretty confident. Well, I know for a fact. Pretty confident. Need some talc. Yeah, and that's the thing with the mechanics gloves. I don't think they're dusted. I think they're powder free. I actually, I used to have a ton of medical gloves, but they're latex and they just got old and brittle. Of course, that's not going to come loose. Talcum powder. I don't know why I'm using adjustable wrenches and a pair of dikes to do this, but now it came loose on its own. It got scared. Alright. So, in reality, I'm probably not going to reuse any of this, but I'll take the chain off. Woohoo! It's a nice lamp. I have very fond memories of this lamp. This lamp used to hang above a beanbag, speaking of 70s stuff. And it was in a little alcove in the corner of the living room. And there was a window. And it was kind of where I could have my own little space without being in my room, which is where I usually was. I don't even want to think about that. So, incandescent light bulb, that's how old this is. This was packed away in 1989. So yeah, phew. I'm sure you've all smelled it. This smells like old newspaper, strangely enough. But what we need is basically a new assembly like this. And that's actually interesting because I see what he did here. He used a smaller escutcheon or whatever it's called as a washer on the inside. I mean, I could reuse this fixture, but this cord's no good. We'll look into it. Renegade's Garage. What's up, Renegade? Way the 80s. Yeah, this is, like I said, this was made in the 70s, I guarantee it. First, we'll pull the light bulb out. Where are you? You're over there. You could probably move all this crap out of the camera's way. This is garbage. Whatever. For now, it'll be fine. This has a flathead screw in it right there. So we're going to undo that and see what that accomplishes. Because if it's a good fixture, I should be able to undo the wire and put new wires on it, really. Excuse me. Hey everyone, I already read that. Renegade, I hope you're feeling better. I know you were down for quite a while there. Now all this stuff can be cleaned, really. Okay, so we do have 2 screws here. I should probably get a proper screwdriver. Igor K, wrapping up my work day, but just wanted to stop by and say hello. You should have said hey, duh. But hello. Hi, Igor K. Good to see you. I'm sure I will see you later this evening at DJ Real One's house. It's a virtual house. I think you got, you got a membership the other night. He's going to do a beat mix-up, I believe. Members only. And then the week after we're gonna do the Halloween mix, I believe. I'm just grabbing a screwdriver. I could have switched cameras. I guess I still can. I can do it from over here too. Hey guys, I'm in the toolboxes. I'm not in the toolboxes, but I'm looking for something in the toolboxes. If I was in the toolboxes, that would be weird. I'd be like, somebody get me out of the toolboxes. Alright. I guess I should have switched it already because I have a glove on and I'm not going to be able to do that other one. Boink. Scene switching is fun. I'm a streamer. Yep, tonight for sure. Hey, wrapping up my work day, but just wanted to stop by and say hey. There we go. That's much better. So I'm just undoing these 2 screws. I don't know what's going to happen. It should make the back come off. Nailed the cameras. Sweet. Somebody was asking me if I could do it. I don't have to yell, but whatever. Somebody was asking me if I could do it with motion detection. And I believe you actually can. Can y'all see that? I should probably bring it up there a little bit. So, just as I expected, I pulled out the 2 screws, those 2 screws, and then this back cover came off, giving me access to these 2 screws. So now I can put a new cord on this. That being said, I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to wire this. This may end up going underneath a ceiling fan if I can do that in the office. So I think for now I'm just going to clean this up, get rid of the garbage wire, and get it ready to do further things with. That would be a cool big toolbox if you was in the toolbox. Yeah, one of those Klein boxes or whatever, job site box. I think it needs to be on a lampstand. I really want to hang it from the... I have a empty fixture in my office that needs a lamp. And what I'd like to do is put it in the office. But yeah, it would be cool with a nice, like a wrought iron, give me tall back chair reading a book. Yeah, and that's... I don't really have that set up, but my office, I'm kind of trying to set it up that way to a certain degree. Vibes, yeah. Well, you know, bachelor life. I'm not, I do all right. But that's, my ex, she had I moved in with her for several years. I lived with her. And she was an artist, and she had her place was dialed in. But it was her place. And this is my place, so. One of these days I do little bits at a time. I'm just going to totally take this apart and set the hardware aside. I don't know. Oh, that was fun. Okay, so these are actually identical, huh? Interesting. And one more nut. I understand. I am moving next week after 6 years of renting a room at a friend's house, so I need to make something my own. Yeah, the roommate thing, I don't do well with it. And it doesn't matter. I mean, she may be watching. We're still friends. But when I moved in with her, like I said, she had her space, and I was like literally given a couple certain areas and never really melded our stuff together or made a place that was ours. And that was no good, no bueno for me, because I'm used to being alone. I stopped the roommate thing. I did a roommate twice, maybe 3 times. It's no fun, man. I can't do it. I need my own space. And you know, I have been with women. I have dated people and we've lived together and done things together. But jumping into her space like that, and this is years ago now, it left a bad taste in my mouth. It was a big red flag that I should have paid more attention to, really. Yeah, but having your own space is fun. My thing with this place, if you haven't heard, I think you've been around for the story, is I built this myself, and it stressed me out mentally to the point where it almost kind of left a bad taste in my mouth for a while. But I love it now. I'm just coming back around to getting to the idea of decorating and all that. I want to close this garage some. These gloves won't work with that, will they? No. Now you're enjoying it finally. Yeah, exactly. It literally took me over a year to actually come out here and enjoy my shop. And that's kind of sad, really, but it was the most stressful thing I've ever done in my life, building this. Alright, so we're going to go to our little remote, or try to. There it is. And we're going to switch to that scene. I think it did it. Yep. And I want to close this garage a little bit because I want the screen to protect me. Oh, I gotta stop it. It doesn't know when to stop. I can't just think stop and have it stop for me. I mean, I could, but it would involve a Raspberry Pi and some AI probably. I mean the computer, not an actual Raspberry Pi. Although that would be nice too. This is just a reminder that I'm not crazy. B, you gotta go outside. Go outside, buddy. Go outside. Thank you. Bye. All right. Yeah, so it's I gotta get the hook. The government. But the garage, the government you have elected, the garage is not air conditioned, is all I was trying to say. Planning is corrupt here in Wales too. I remember you saying about planning. Yeah, there wasn't really, well, there is some corruption stuff as far as like the tree stuff. The remediation for trees is totally corrupt because big companies just write the fine into their budget. But that's beside the point. The big thing was me learning how to do everything that I had to do to get the permits and pass the inspections and do all the stuff legally and correctly, because all this is legal and correct, and I can sell it and make a lot of money without any issue. But for now, we're gonna hang out and enjoy it. Boop. Boop. I gotta change windows. Boop. Did I do it? Nope. Boop. How about now? Count. All right, now boop, boop. This is fun. I'm a streamer. That light is really bright. Ah, yes, free advertisement for the Spirit of the Swanee Music Park. If you've never been there, check it out. I've seen Humphreys McGee there many times. Man, that light was bright. I got the dot. I got the dot, y'all. Matter of fact, I don't even want that. I need a dang, whatchamajingit, a fire hazard, yeah. I know what they're called, a gel. Yeah, that helped a lot. It might catch on fire, but hopefully not. Are we at the chat? No, Renegades. What is the clip playing in the top right of the screen? That's the music that we're listening to. Can you hear the music? That's the Spotify app, Renegade. It's a huge workshop and you should be proud. I am proud and it's badass. And yes, you're absolutely right. Thank you, Sophia. I think it was a very good investment. I don't think I need the gloves anymore. They're just making me sweat. I'm sweaty. I think what we're gonna do is get some water and how about a water detergent mixture and then a clean water bath to rinse. Absolutely badass. Thank you. Yes, it's the ultimate bachelor pad is what I like to refer to it as. And it's something that I actually, there's no emergency. It's something that I have planned and had in my mind. A friend of mine and I, somebody I consider a brother, discussed it for years, doing a warehouse type building. Have I got white vinegar? Probably, yes. I'm going to start with soap, and if I need to get into white vinegar, then we'll do that. Or are you thinking the white vinegar will break up the nicotine better than soap? I just don't want to create any reactions. That will clean off the nicotine. I don't want to create any reactions with the lead or anything like that, though, with the vinegar. You know, I mean, I could dilute the heck out of it. I'm gonna try detergent, but that's a good idea. I'm gonna try detergent for starters. Also, I'm going to do some lavender aromatherapy, but I think I need to reload the lavender. So I'm going to discreetly do that. Just because, you know, lavender and stuff. Baking soda is also a good breakdown for nicotine. I definitely have whatever the first one we discussed was, vinegar. I have baking soda, but it's like that box that you put in the back of your refrigerator, and I doubt it would actually do anything that sodium bicarbonate would do. Big fan of lavender. Yes, myself as well. One of these days I'd like to also grow some hydroponic tomatoes because I have plenty of space for that. But I'd like for people not to get mad at me for growing hydroponic tomatoes. Although, you know, I could probably speak freely since I'm going to get a copyright strike on this stream anyway, but whatever. Y'all know what I'm talking about. The device I use is a Arizer Go, affectionately known as the Argo, and it is an excellent vaporizing tool for dry herbs, such as lavender. But it's actually years old, and there's newer technology that's even better. What's up, Wake Up? I too need some lavender aromatherapy. Well, join me, shall you? Runix, what's up, brother man? It might even be 420, is it? No way. It's like 320, huh? Yeah, well, it's still 420 somewhere. It's 420, like, out in the ocean, maybe in some island, probably. Runic, have you been in here before? I'm sorry if I got a little bit high on that one. 8:20 p.m. Okay, so yeah, you're over there. What's up, Schmokey? How's it going? It's going well. Wake up. Runic, first time. Alright, well, I'll give you a tour of the shop then, bud. Utilizing my handy dandy remote technology. This is so cool. I'm a streamer. Boing! Pew. So, hi. This is my shop. I'll turn the light on overhead real quick, but there's a fan that's gonna blink. I'm way over here. The shop area itself is 40 by 40. There's a residence on the other side of that wall. It's 20 by 40, 2-story, and the whole building is 40 by 60. I know a guy can paint those bikes. This one, I mean, they both actually got pretty decent paint, really. They just need a good detail job. They have, you know, gas spillage stains. I need to take this thing out. Today's Friday, so tomorrow's Saturday. Of course, it's the weekend. This one I'm still trying to get paperwork on. Let's switch back to the other camera. Boing. Oh man, I lost the chat though. Right, there we go. I paint the bug as well. Where are you at, Runic? I have no idea where you are. I don't know if we've ever discussed that. What's up, Jenny? Good to see you, Mama. Welcome in. We're just hanging out. I'm southeastern Kentucky. Well, I'm in Florida, so that wouldn't work out that great. Jen, good to see you. None of my buddies were live streaming on this Friday afternoon, and I'm all set up for it. So I said I'm going to turn the cameras on. I think I said that in the title. And I'm going to make up a quick batch of... We moved here from Interlaken, so yeah, you were a lot closer. I'd like to get out of Florida myself, frankly, but good to see you as well, Mama. I'm going to get some soapy water, and we're going to clean off this lamp some, hopefully. And if you can hear the music, this is what Humphreys McGee is all about. They do killer mashups. Rinse water and soap water and a sponge. Should probably do warm water, so we'll let that warm up. See if I can find a sponge. I know y'all can't see me, but I know you can hear me. Oh yeah, we got sponges and everything. Sponge, sponge, sponge. So as far as I know, Jen Lightman is the only person right now with a mental image of where I am, because she has been here in real life. So that's cool. Sorry about that loud noise there. I'm going to go with some water in this one. I'll be right back, kids. I could even just let this fill for a little while. And check the chat. Check the chat while the water fills. Oh, y'all can't hear the music when I go in there. That's too bad. Awesome space and place you've got there. Well, space is the place. Yeah, I forgot you can't hear the music when I'm in there. I can set it up where you can, but then it loops. I know what I mean. All right, be right back. Round two. Oh no. Must not spill. Spilling. Oh dear. Catastrophic failure. Let me out. What the hell? Somehow the door locked. Oh my gosh. Now the cat's gonna try to get out. No. Stay inside. Crazy kitty. Are you out of your mind? You wouldn't make it out here, son. All right. Almost done, guys. That's pretty hot and pretty concentrated. Let's see what that does. Kitties aren't allowed out in the garage. You know that. You know the rules. No cats in the garage. Cats in the cradle and the silver spoon. What happened in here? Anything? I can hear the music. I can hear the music. I can hear the music. Even when I'm in the house? I don't think so. exit us. All right. Anyway, I'm gonna get this rinse water for rinsing, and we'll get a nice. How about that panel right there? Y'all can see that one good, probably. Ooh, that is hot water. It's probably a good thing. I don't think it's hot enough to melt the solder. Oh yeah, man. Well, that was weird. Oh, the paper towel came off. I'm like, wow, things just got so much brighter all of a sudden. So yeah, that seems to be getting at least dust off. Oh, I was gonna rinse it in a separate bin. We're rinsing it in a separate bin to try and keep our soap water clean. But I'm sure y'all figured that out on your own. This ain't no disco. So yeah, this is Bob Marley and Talking Heads. Yeah, boy. I sent that before you went in the house. Yeah, I can set it up, like I said, I can set it up where you can hear it good. I'm gonna get the copyright strike anyway. And it'll help me learn. So I might do that. Let me play with that real quick. 'Cause fun. And learning. I like to learn. Plus it ups my game. Upping my game. Upping my game, y'all. So the way that I would do that would be that's why it's going to create a loop, because I'm going to hear it. It's going to come through the microphone and there. Where'd you get that lampshade? Oh, you weren't here yet. That lampshade has been, my dad made that in the 70s. Where are you? You're over here. My dad that made ga 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 boo boo ba ba beep boo ba ba da da. My dad made that in the 70s, and I have very fond memories of sitting in a beanbag chair underneath that lamp growing up. Which was the first thing that Sophia said. Sophia, I always do that. Was it should be a reading lamp above a nice tall back chair. Alright, if I had another mixer and then select, oh wait, first I have to go to Humphreys McGee window, go here, go to the inspector, and say add an audio track for the source. Ha ha ha! And it's not working still though. So we're going to close this, and then we're going to look at this and go, where's the music? Is that doing anything? Been filming a tutorial all day. I can relate to the gibberish. So yeah, that's not actually working for some reason. I don't want to do that. That's going to screw everything up. Anyway. I'm getting no signal on that meter. So, I'm just going to delete it. Because it didn't seem to work. So that was fun and exciting. Haha! We're going to go back to cleaning now. Boink. Pew! Back to the cleaning cam. Cleaning cam, cleaning cam. Should we mark the first panel, or is it going to be obvious? I think it's going to be obvious. We'll mark it anyway, just in case we get lost. Ah, gibberish. I like speaking gibberish. I'm quite adept at it. I can see the... What are you streaming with? Well, Rennick, this is where I shamelessly self-promote. If you check out my last long-form video, I actually put out a tutorial on exactly what my setup is and how you can do it too for free. But... zoom in the cleaning cam slightly, yes. The streaming software I use is Meld right now. I believe I can zoom. Oh yeah, I know how I can zoom in. It's going to do that, and then it's going to do that. And there you go. Ta-da! Perfect. Boink. Oh yeah. Except I have a zonkey over my head. I got to move the zonkey now. It's okay, I can do that. Alright, Zonkey, go over there now. Good, Zonkey. Okay. I fixed it. I fixed it. So yes, streaming with Meld software. Right now I'm using a Go 3S on the other camera, which is USB attached as a webcam. And this is a Samsung Galaxy S10, which is attached via wireless. It's part of the wireless network, and I'm using iRion software, which so far has worked beautifully for me. Multicam set up with OBS, but I've been doing vertical live, so not using it currently. I got everybody, all my fellow live streamers, screaming in my ears telling me to do vertical in one breath, and in the other breath complaining that nobody's watching their long-form content. And I'm like, that's because your audience is made up of shorts viewers that aren't interested in watching your long-form content. So, yeah, I mean, vertical streaming will get a lot of views and is a good audience builder. I could get my subscribers up that way, but... What's up, Orami? Yes, very good. So far, very good. Today is a good day, my friend. No need to use my AK. Portrait mode is so overrated. It's, you know, trendy. Jen knows me well enough to know I'm not a trend follower. And it's always trips me out when I watch people just following the trend, because that's what everybody else is doing. And it's like, right, but that doesn't mean it's right, just because everyone else is doing it, you know. One of the things my dad did teach me is, if everybody else is jumping off a cliff, should you do it too? No. I stream landscape always. As do I. Now then, this Meld software and I believe OBS will allow you to do it as well. Plus, YouTube is now set up to where you can do it natively. You can multi-stream and stream in vertical and horizontal at the same time. That's something I may do when I'm doing something like this, where I could have a vertical stream set up and it would be seeing me. But if I'm running around the shop, I couldn't do a vertical stream and keep me in frame, excuse me, unless I just happen to be sitting there. And I can set up the remote thing to where I can switch them both. What's up, Toya? I'm doing a pregame again for the DJ Real One stream tonight. That's a members only though, guys. Sorry if you're not a member or have any idea. Dang it, I just did what I wasn't supposed to do. What I'm talking about. But multi-streaming, I have not set it up yet. I have contemplated doing it just to get my subscribers up, because until I get 1,000 subscribers, I'm not monetized. And I need to make some money off of this. Otherwise, I got a lot of time and energy into what I'm doing to set this up and get this all going. But, you know, like everyone else, I was hoping to, in 6 months, have a income from it. But that's not how it works. But anyway, hi Toya. Keep the faith. Oh, I am, and I appreciate that, y'all, very much. My audience actually is growing since I started doing the live stream thing. It has helped a lot. The live streaming community is awesome, and what I'm discovering and what I kind of knew from the start, I'm actually, don't bother until it is fully integrated. Soon chats from both will be unified. Right. So YouTube will allow you to do that. I can actually do that with Meld, but frankly, every time I set up even the YouTube stream to go through Meld, there's such a long delay that it's more annoying than anything else. I just grab my phone, this is my actual cell phone, which is actually the best camera. But I just monitor things on that. And it, when I'm watching a live stream and I know they're streaming on Twitch and everything else, it makes it harder to keep up with what's going on with the chat and which one they're paying attention to and all that if it's not on the screen. So when it's on the screen and it's not actually working right, that's really frustrating for me. But I'm not necessarily the viewer on my channel. But yeah, what I'm trying to do is I'm about to hit 500, and that opens up the first level of monetization, which allows me to do memberships and all that stuff. And if it's members only tonight, I'll probably miss it. Lacking funds from the van going to SHOT last week. Damn it, wake up. I wish the members gifting thing wasn't a random thing. I may discuss that next time I'm in a chat with one of these YouTube people. I lost track of what I was saying. So there. Neener. It happens. You're right, I do need to wake up. Oh, you were talking to wake up. Point being that I'm about to get when I hit 500, I can do that's my first level of monetization. And that's going to allow me to do the memberships thing and set up my storefront for my merch and all that. So I'm going to go ahead and set all that up. I wish I could get more members. What I'm trying to do in Renegade, I think everybody in here knows this, I'm trying to create a pretty tight community. So I learned kind of early on that just going on to places and asking for members, I was on, which is where I know Renegade from, vidIQ is one of the YouTube guru channels. And if you make a comment on any of their content, you'll get all kinds of subscribers. They don't care about your content or anything. They're going for sub, which is where you sub for their page and they sub to yours to build up numbers. I learned very early on that is not a good thing. What's going on, Wes? Welcome in, brother. Good to see you. We're just cleaning up this vintage lamp that my dad made in the 70s and has been packed away since, I believe we said 1989 from the newspaper that I found. And I'm cleaning off the nicotine because my mom smoked back then. So we're just trying to clean this thing up, and I'm going to get a new lamp assembly and put this thing back together and probably hang it in the office. As far as the memberships thing and the subscribers thing, a lot of the vidIQ, a lot of the advice channels are like, oh, subscribers don't matter. And I always respond, they do until 1,000 or 1,200 or so, because you're going to get some and lose some, so you want to be over 1,000. After that, I agree, subscribers don't matter. I have plenty of watch hours already. I get my watch hours from random people, not necessarily subscribers. Hey, I'm driving and watching/listening. Well, Wes, prioritize the driving, please, although I am very glad you're here. Sub for sub is not good. Yeah, I ended up with people from all over the world, and I don't mind people from all over the world if they're interested in my content. But having subscribers that are not watching your content is actually bad for your algorithm. So luckily I learned that pretty early on. And you know, Wes and several of y'all in here know me from the live YouTube community. And what I've discovered is, even if I'm no niche and the algorithm can't figure out who to send to my channel, I can go around to other people's channels and be active in their lives and their chats and their comments and get people that are interested in exploring what I've got going on. And they're going to be similar, likely to be similar-minded people. As opposed to whatever YouTube sends me, which I've got YouTube so confused, it doesn't know what to send me. And I knew that getting into it. I'm not even worried about that. Like I said, I will manually build an audience and have a much tighter community because of things like what we're doing here. I found Lions, which led me to you, Wes, Mike, Caleb, etc. Oh, wow. I love hanging out with Lions, man. He's fun. And he's over there on the other side of the world with you. And that's another thing. The worldliness of the live streams is very fascinating. And as we get more into the translation getting better and stuff like that, I think that'll get even more so, even in the lives. But, you know, stuff like this is Found Lions via Wes. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. That's what I love about this is the community. So now I'm introducing a lot of these guys. Wes is into the hip-hop culture, so I turned him on to DJ Real One, which is where a lot of my other viewers are from. And I love being able to see that community grow and spread. It's like I said, it's fascinating. It's neat. The live community, the live chats, and the people that regularly go and hang out in the lives, the closest thing I can think of to compare that to is ham radio back in the day, if any of you know what that is. And it still happens now. But it's just people from all over the world communicating and kind of hanging out together. There's a lot of people out there that do the StreamYard thing where it's like a Zoom meeting or whatever. You know, you can get 6 or 8 people all hanging out at the same time, video chatting. That can get a little bit overwhelming, especially if people start talking over each other, for me. But I like hanging out where there's a text-based chat room and then somebody kind of leading the stream with their video or whatever they got going on. It's fun. I started hanging out in Runix because I got in there. He came across my feed and, or not Runic, but rather, who am I thinking of? Lions. I got on his stream and he was just bashing trolls, man. They were popping in because he doesn't do subscribers mode or anything. And he was getting people in there just talking mad smack one night, and he was just smacking them down just as quick as they came in and having a blast doing it. And that was just funny to me. That's our little joke is time for troll bashing. But I enjoy modding as well. I mean, I love hanging out in DJ Real One's lives. And speaking of troll bashing, if he doesn't turn on subscriber only mode, that gets out of hand real fast. Via Wes. Well, thank you, Wes. If you're still listening, Wes has been very helpful for me. He's Wes is one of the channels I actually got a membership for because I enjoy his content a lot and I feel he is a kindred spirit. There are a lot, not a lot, but there's a good fair amount of people streaming out there. And it's funny to see the different ways that they approach it. And I don't think there's really necessarily a formula. I will say that there are absolutely formulas to making to monetizing your YouTube channel quickly, but it's not something that I'm interested in doing, which is niching down super tight, like we're going to work on lamps every single day. Even more specifically, stained glass lamps. You do that and do a different stained glass lamp, especially if you do it live every day, you'll grow a huge channel really fast. But you're eventually going to run out of stained glass lamps, and then what are you going to do? So I'm bringing in the chaos right from the start and doing whatever the heck I want to, and trying to build a community that's going to pop in when they see me pop up and go, hey, what's Smoke doing today? That might be entertaining. I enjoy the community behind the lives, want to build a community, tried the sub for sub thing, not really how I want to do stuff. I want my audience to find me, not having to cater to so many different... Yeah, and that's the thing, Wake Up, that's exactly what I'm talking about. You can do it. It's not a problem. Especially because you're already part of a couple communities that I know of. Who knows what else you're part of. But like I said, if you went into your little shop and set up the setup that I'm doing right now, and did what you're already doing anyway, but just kind of take a break and pay attention to the chat every once in a while and have the camera streaming, I guarantee you grow huge fast. Because people like watching, even if it's just that rote, hi, I'm changing tires again today, it's something for them to have on their screen while they're sitting at a desk wishing they could be changing tires somewhere. Popped in due to a notification and figured I'd hang with you while I work. Yeah, exactly what I was just saying. A lot of people have a little YouTube window open up on their desktop, whether they're working remotely or in some cubicle somewhere, and don't even necessarily have the sound on. My gardening live seemed to do the best. Yeah, I mean, I'm not, this is, I think, only the second time that I've actually really kind of been doing something on the live. Usually I just sit here and talk, which is what I'm doing also. But it's just a matter of setting it up and doing it. You got a lot of knowledge up in that cranium. I have enough to get me in trouble. Luckily, we live in a wonderful age. I grew up in quote-unquote the information age, and now it is absolutely the information age. If you have an idea and something you want to do it. You can figure out how. I guarantee there's Google information. There's probably a video on how to do it. And if there isn't, then you can make the video and be the guy that helps spread that information. Lunch over, back to the shop. Y'all have a great day. Runic, thank you for coming in, brother. I appreciate seeing you. Enjoy your real work, real job. But, you know, there's a lot of people on here that want to get rich quick, and I don't see, short of magically going viral, there's no formula for that, and there's a lot of people that are trying to make that happen. It's not my goal at all. I'd like to get paid for what I'm doing, but I don't need to get rich quick. I think Renegade feels the same way. If it could pay for itself, and maybe a little bit of an extra bonus to where I could do something fun now and again, that would be cool. I'm more of, I know I do not claim to be a smart man, but I know an idiot at times, or give in to the human spirit. Wake up, that's growth, man. I'm not sure exactly what you're referring to with give in to the human spirit, but it's like, live. There's a sign right over there that says honor the dead by living. And that was me sitting in here feeling sorry for myself. And I had talked myself out of going to a music festival because my depression makes that real easy to do. And, I sat in here and thought about it for a little while, and it's like, man, stop talking yourself out of doing stuff like that. You've got so many... I've lost a lot of friends in my life, and I was, feeling bad about that. But the reality is that I need to honor the fact that they're no longer here by living and enjoying my life while I am here. And, that's something a lot of people need to remember. Gotta hop. See y'all later. Live long and prosper. Nanu, nanu. Nanu, nanu. I don't remember exactly how it was, but something like that. And I just got water all up my arm. All right, well, that's a lot shinier. Let's get back to the first panels and see if they're all sticky or what we got going on. If they're dry. No, they're still wet. Everything's still wet because it's Florida and humidity. So things don't really dry. You get some paper towels. I know it's going to start shredding this paper towel, but it's not really turning brown. I'm sure it's not perfect, but and I'd be willing to bet that my parents probably wiped this thing down before they packed it away. But the the cord and all that is plastic, so it's Sophia, thank you for being here. What's up, Heidi? Shoop, the Shoops. I'm off to support another channel to catch you again soon. Take care, peace and love. Thank you, Sophia. Glad to have you in here. Heidi, welcome in. I'm just cleaning off this lamp. Short story is my dad made this in the 70s. And it's been packed away since the late 80s, 89 I believe. And I'm going to clean it up and re-lamp it and put it in my office, hopefully. As long as it holds together. Because it's definitely... Like I said, I don't know if the solder's just come loose over the years or if he didn't really do a very thorough soldering job. I think I'm going to sit and turn this fan on real quick. Let me do a quick flex for Heidi, for the Shoop clan. Pew! There's my camera change flex. Ha ha! I got a breeze starting to blow in, so I'm going to turn on this fan and spread it around. Because there is a nice breeze out there right now. I need to put another door in so I can get cross ventilation. Rules the nation. If y'all haven't, I think it looks like everyone has. But yeah, hit that like button, please. On the way in, on the way out, whenever. Just smash that shit, though. Ooh, that breeze feels good. I know it's hitting the mic, sorry. All right. Switch back to this camera. Pew. Right? Yep. I did good. But I can't see the chat until I do that. Live chat. So we're good there. Why is this warm? Oh, because that was hot water. Oh, yeah. A little bit of hydration. Stay hydrated, kids. Oh, this is probably filthy and nasty. I'll smear it all over my mouth. And then drink some more coffee and get that in my mustache. Ooh-wee. Now then, do I have any lamp cord? I bet I do, actually. One thing I cannot do is do the point of view cam that I use, unfortunately. I cannot do that like wirelessly, which is what I would like to do. So if I had a lamp cord, I already see it. We'll just get the wiring department out. This is the wiring department. I got stuff. It's Schmoke Stuff. Welcome to Schmoke Stuff. This would be perfect. We'll put that back later. Oh, gotta switch back. Count. This all one piece of wire? Sure is. All right. In that case, let's go ahead and get one end. Can't see my chat. Reactivate chat mode. Smash! All messages. Yep. Anywho, I'm gonna prep this and get it to where we can have a wire at least coming through the... There's a name for that. The light bulb. It's not ballast. It would be, I don't know. The light bulb thing. The thing that holds the light bulbs. Oh, this is like my favorite song in the whole wide world, so y'all just gotta deal with it. Oops. I would show you all the details of this, but all I'm doing is putting a wire around a screw. I don't know if you can see it or not. And trying to show you and do it correctly at the same time is not going to work out. So, basically, I don't want any wires hanging out that can contact the other post, because there's two posts in here. And as always with electricity, you do not want any of the circuits to touch. As a matter of fact, I'm going to get a couple spade terminals, or a couple terminals. I should turn that down. Y'all probably can't even hear me anymore. fell through. Excuse me. I don't even know if this thing's keeping up. Oh, it's not. That's actually its technical name. Haha, at least in my head. I'm not sure what that was in response to, Jen, because my chat was not updating and it was off screen, so I don't know how long that's been there. The thingamajigger or whatever, what did I say? Whatchamajing it? I need to use a red one. And there's really not enough room to do this, but it's just for peace of mind. Because you could probably tilt it up a little bit. Now then, for putting the connector on here, I actually stripped off too much. So I'm going to cut that off a little bit shorter and put my connector on. And then realize that there's too much wire to use this light bulb thingy. Oh yes, the light bulb thingy. That is a vertical light bulb thingy, of course, because a horizontal light bulb thingy would be horizontal. Makes sense, right? I really like Humphreys McGee, so there. Wonder how many copyright strikes I've gotten so far. Well, we have an email. Let's see what that says. Just out of curiosity. Nope, that's Xfinity wanting more money. We can make your internet even faster if you give us more money. Well, if you'd stop slowing it down, then I wouldn't need it to get any faster. Scam artists. Capitalism. Ha! Light bulb thingy. Oh yeah. Crimping, yeah? Using the crimpers to crimping. Alright, so now I got two little... Are those called spade connectors? Ring terminal. Male disconnector. I guess they're calling these spades and they're calling these... I always call these spade connectors. But I guess these are disconnect connectors and these are spade. I don't know. I think I was right the first time. Anyhow, we got two posts in here and we're just going to connect these in a manner to where they cannot contact each other, one another. But we also need to have the wire come out the top. So that's something else I probably wasn't thinking about. Now I just have to find the top. Uh-oh. Did I put the top down somewhere? I hate it when I do that. I did. I don't know where it is. I'll be right back. Okay, looked it up. Light socket. Yeah. Traffic shucks. Yes, it does. I hate traffic, Wes. And if you're anywhere near Atlanta, which I believe you are, it really sucks there. I want to make music similar to Mac Miller. Well, wake up. What I would suggest is to make music similar to Mac Miller then. Ha 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 ha. Because that's the only way to do it, is to do it. Just make sure it has your own style and is only influenced by Mac Miller. Jen, sweetheart, I appreciate your research there. That was on point. Always good to have you around for that. One of my oldest friends, not old, she's young. I've known Jen for a long time. We have had some good times together. I gotta go find that part, so let's go switch to the other cam again, just because it's dope to be able to go, oh, I lost it, to go, kapow, and then say, where did I put it? It's not here. Okay. Is it in my pocket? Oh, why did I misplace that? That's ridiculous. That is absolutely ridiculous, and I don't know what I did with it. And it's going to be somewhere really obvious. It always is, right? What have I done? Oh my G. Where are we at? Where's the chat at? Haha, it's okay. I'm old. No, you're not. I'm old. I did some noise and it reminded me of one of his ad-libs. You did. I did. Oh. Some noise. I make noises. I make lots of noises. Entertaining noises. One of these days we'll play in my music room again. I just haven't really done anything with it. Although I did get it. I think I got it functional. I got it where it was everything is able to be recorded. Wow, I have a USB splitter. What the heck is the point of that? And why did I get that? Interesting. I need to figure out where the part is that I'm looking for. It may be in the house. I'll be right back. Hi, kitties. Look out. It's not in the house. Okay. Well, good thing I wasn't totally worried about putting this lamp back together. Oh, I found it. I already put it on the wire. You guys are supposed to be watching for stuff like that. My video is frozen? My video is frozen. That's a good point. Thanks for calling that out, my friend. I can fix that too. I can fix it, I can fix it, I can fix it. Just gotta hit this button. Go there, go there. Only love you when they're playing. And then check the other one. And they will go. Your video is frozen. Your video is frozen. Am I here now? Or is that one frozen too? Nope, I'm here. Yay! 10 minutes for everybody on the East Coast. So, the part that I was looking for, I already put on the wire. It's right here. That's why I couldn't find it. That's ridiculous. Alright, these connectors actually need to be flat. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to do this with those connectors. Okay. So what I tried to do is put those little spade connectors on there. But I need everything to lay flat in order to put this cover back on. So that was a fail. Failing live at Smoke Shop. Give me my... Ha! We can hear you still, though. Well, I appreciate that, Jen, because that's the only way I know if I'm not monitoring it. I can monitor it like with Bluetooth headphones, but there's a delay. So I speak, and then it comes through the YouTube, and then I hear it, and that really gets annoying very quickly. All right, so wire stripping lesson number 4. So actually we want to go long again because I got to loop it around the screw. Basically I'm hitting it on one side and then hitting it on the other and not squeezing too hard, just squeezing hard enough to get through the insulator. You can definitely see the chat better on, oh gosh, vertical mode. I know y'all don't care. I was just sharing. So basically now all I'm trying to do is get this wire around the screws that are in there without having a bunch of loose wires hanging off because if these two wires touch and I plug this into a wall, it's going to pop the breaker. Every single time. Guaranteed. If y'all like live music, by the way, I found something recently, and it's the Maple Leaf Bar, which is in New Orleans. They do a live stream of live music almost every night, and they have some killer artists showing up there. Come on, buddy. If anybody's familiar with North Mississippi All-Stars, it was basically North Mississippi All-Stars last night. And the night before, man, I'm trying to think of who it was the night before. It was, I can't think of it. But it was like two members from a killer band, and then whoever the house musicians are, which are all just killer New Orleans musicians. They have a piano night. I think they have an open mic night, but I think it's New Orleans Funk Fest is this weekend, so there's a bunch of killer musicians in town there. I'm still at the shop. Well, set up your cameras, wake up, start your live stream. I'll log in. I'll subscribe to your channel. I need to do this. I need to pay attention to one thing or the other. I know if Wes is still in here, he knows exactly what I'm talking about. Because you're trying to do what you're doing and yet still pay attention to your chat at the same time. And, you know, I've said it before. People say they can multitask, but I don't know anybody that can truly multitask because you're not putting true focus on anything you're doing. So you kind of half-ass two things at the same time. Did you go, or are you going to Biketoberfest? I haven't been. I don't think I've ever been to Biketoberfest. I haven't been to Bike Week since 1992, I believe, was the last time I went to Bike Fest, or Bike Week. It just keeps getting more and more crowded and more commercialized. It used to be I'm sure it still is, but it used to be a really fun block party. Now it's a overly sponsored, overly commercialized bunch of people that it's a drunk fest, basically. I mean, it always kind of has been, but there's also a lot of police activity. I don't like it when cops overextend their whatever, mess around with things that they shouldn't bother with. I've contemplated it a couple times, but if I get the paperwork for the Kawasaki Vulcan, that could change a lot as far as me riding any distances. But that little Enduro is more of something to throw in the back of the truck when I go camping and or explore around here. But I wouldn't take any road trips on it. It's pretty much pegged at 55, 60 miles an hour. I haven't been in a while either. I mean, it'd be a good time, don't get me wrong. If, I mentioned earlier, I'm a bachelor. If I had a significant other that was interested in doing stuff like that, she would very easily be able to motivate me. But next event I'm contemplating, like anything like Daytona, is the Turkey Run, the Daytona Turkey Run. I used to go camping every year because I don't have anything else going on Thanksgiving, so I'd go down there and camp Wednesday night and wake up first thing Thursday morning and go to the show, which a lot of people can't do. And one of the first things I put out on YouTube was a live video, and that did very well. So I would like to do that, but the campsite is in a state park, and there's a road with a bridge, and every year around this time the damn bridge washes out. So the alternate route to get to that campground is 45 minutes out of the way, which I'm not going to do. However, that being said, Daytona International Speedway is an hour and a half at the most from here. So I may just wake up early in the morning and go down there. Oh, it's a blast, Renegade, but it's a lot of walking. So if you're not in good walking shape, you got to rent a scooter, or you can bring your own scooters, the handicap scooters. They're actually one of the most annoying things about that show is that they're adamant about not restricting people from getting the scooters because of the handicap laws. So you'll have 20-year-olds in perfect health, 3 of them piled onto a handicap scooter riding around, and it's kind of annoying. But the biggest issue I have down there is there's a lot of walking. So if I go down there and do the swap meet, I'll spend 3 or 4 hours continuously walking the swap meet, and then I'm tired. My back's hurting because I got a bad back. I have back issues, but it's fun. It's a good show. It's just a lot. It would be better if I could afford, or if one could afford, to go down there and camp like in an RV or get a hotel room and go down there for like 2 or 3 days and break it up. Because I try and basically do it in one day because I don't like big crowds. So Friday and Saturday, when it's really getting crowded in there, I'm done. I'm already back home. It's fun though. It is, as far as I know, the biggest swap meet. I know it's the biggest swap meet in the Southeast. Although there's another one right up the street at the same time that they're kind of neck and neck. But I rarely even make it to the actual show. I enjoy walking the swap meet. Pardon me, I'm vaporizing some lavender aromatherapy. Oh, and it's right on time too. Cheers, East Coast. It is officially that time. So anyway, what I will more than likely do is wake up Thursday morning relatively early and drive down and run into all kinds of Thanksgiving traffic, but I don't know. I may camp. I'll have to look into it again. I know last time I looked into it, it's literally I think it was 43 minutes to go the alternate route if that bridge is closed. I like going to Mopars with Big Daddy in Ocala. So I went, last time I was at Big Daddy's, Don Garlitz's place was, what's the aluminum, Billet-Proof, the Billet-Proof show. It was a rat rod show that they used to do out there. I don't think they do it anymore. But yeah, anybody that's in here that's into cars at all, if you've never seen him crank up those Top Fuel Traxxers, they're whatever they are, they're amazing. Super loud, cackle fest. Cheers, y'all. Yeah, that light is a lot brighter that way. How about parchment paper? I'll bet parchment paper would be a perfect gel. I'll be right back. Kitties, you got any parchment paper in here? Thanks. Giggle, giggle, says Toya. Giggle, giggle. Oh, yeah. And parchment paper won't catch on fire. Excuse me, sorry. So I'm actually going to tape this on. Oh, but tape doesn't stick to parchment paper. Ha ha ha. That's hilarious. Son of a biscuit eater. A rubber band it is then. Alright, so now we gotta turn the camera so that you can see what I'm doing without washing it out completely. There we go. So what I'm trying to do is make a gel to kind of buffer the light down a little bit. But since the tape isn't sticking, I need to try and find a rubber band that would be big enough to go around that. Which I don't think I have. Would that be blue, maybe? Well, we'll just get a selection of rubber bands. Yes, the blue ones are the biggest. Big blue bands. Big blue bands and big blue bands and bands of big blue. Boop, boop. Whoa, hey, whoa. All up in your face. Can y'all see what I just did? Yeah, you can. So we have blues, and greens, and yellows. So it's blue, yellow, green, red. Yay! Blue's the biggest. Oh, it's so bright. I don't know. It might be big enough, it might not be. Ugh. It's very bright though. I'm gonna go behind it because I don't want to look at it anymore. Is that better? I don't know. I can't see anything anymore. I blinded myself. What's up, Road? Good to see you, my friend. Welcome in. I think that is better. It's definitely, I could do 2 layers and that would be even better. I'm currently making gels for my lighting. Ah! Out of parchment paper. Because that's what we have. And I gotta stop looking at the light because it's very bright, which is the whole point of why I'm doing this. So if I double it up, does that make it a little better? Oh dear, get on there, come on. Oh yeah, excellent. That's maybe too much. What do we think? 3, 2, 1, delay, deactivate. There we are, there's smoke. Blinded by the light, revved up like a deuce, no matter what you think it says. Alright, so that's all trash and we're going to throw it on the floor. And we're going to take a sip of cold mocha. I made a mocha earlier. Dumped some hot chocolate in my coffee. That's a mocha, right? Road, what are you up to today, my friend? Editing, I presume. Or working, since I think you have a real job. Not that YouTube isn't a real job, but... Alright, let's put all our tools back here. I guess we could try and clean this. Busy, man. Work all day. Yep. I'm going to hold off on putting that together, but at least this is wired again. I'm going to hold off just because I don't know exactly what I want to do with it. I think I'm just going to hook it up to a ceiling fan, but that would entail buying a ceiling fan. And I also don't know if the vibration would be very good for it. But at least I had something to play around with while we hung out. And the camera is looking over my shoulder now, so that's okay. We can put it there, maybe. Boink. Uh-oh, you're falling. Go back up. Go high. Unless you want to go low. You want to go low? Deactivate high. Go down. Now we're kind of looking at each other. Ah. Oh, man. What is it, 4:30? You got me thinking about Biketoberfest now. I'm just, it's always interesting. But it doesn't even really cross my radar until somebody mentions it. I used to live, the place I lived before this, when I was living in the camper, before I built this, backed up to Interstate 295. And even if I wasn't paying attention, I always knew when it was Bike Week or Biketoberfest because the interstate would start filling up with motorcycles. YouTube is a job, but man, it doesn't pay. Yeah, and I don't, I'm trying to set it up to where I can just make enough to get by. I don't need a lot. But between, I'm going to set up memberships and I'm going to set up merch, and then I've talked to you in some of the Discord discussions and stuff. The Amazon affiliate links, although I'm not making a bunch of money, even before I'm monetized, I've made money off of that. So I think I'm going to once a month maybe do a specific review of an Amazon product and put the links to that. I don't want to get carried away with too much of that because it's not what my channel's about. But especially like if I'm going to use, like the perfect example is the thing that I'm pointing at, the ultrasonic cleaner. That's something I'm buying because it's a tool that I'm going to utilize. So I absolutely did an unboxing and did the Amazon affiliate link and all that. But that's none of the individual things are going to make us a bunch of money unless we get really big or go viral or whatever, which is that's not my cup of tea. It's not what I'm trying to do. I think when a lot of channels get big, well, I'll say this, bigger even, as things scale up, people spend more money, and then that's true about everything, but complain that they're not making enough money. And it's like I watch some of the big YouTubers, they start making some money and then they start buying bigger shops and fancier cars, and then YouTube slumps a little bit and then they complain that they're not making any money. And it's like, that's because you didn't stay humble. If you had stayed here and saved all that money or invested it wisely, then when YouTube takes a slump, because it's a roller coaster and anybody that's paying attention knows that. So you got to be prepared for the downs as much as the highs, the lows. But I'm just trying to get everything set up to where I can monetize what I can monetize as soon as I can monetize it. So like I said, at 500 subscribers, I'm turning on memberships, and I'll probably start them at 99 cents. And it's not going to really be too much. It's going to be like when I do lives and cuss a bunch or smoke openly or whatever, I can put that as a members only. I may put all my lives as members only after, do them publicly, and then after they're public, when they're on video demand, put them as members only. But I've got a stack of stickers that I've already bought, so I'm going to do, if you want a membership, if you join a membership and want to give me your address, I'll mail you out a sticker pack. Because I paid 20 cents a piece or less, I think, for the stickers. It may have been more than that. I think it was, maybe they were 50 cents a piece or something. I don't remember. But that's that money, I've already written that off. So that's what I'm saying. It doesn't matter. I've got a stack of stickers, and I will gladly give them out if it's going to help promote the channel. I've had a couple people ask about stickers already. I keep turning this thing on because I have it set for a 5-minute session, so after 5 minutes it shuts itself off. My lavender aromatherapy device. I'll definitely join your membership when you get to that point. Well, thank you, ma'am. I appreciate that. And I'll still have to, once I get all that available to me, I will learn more about exactly what's available and how I can manipulate things and what do they call it? A paywall? What I can put behind a paywall. Do I have t-shirts? I do have some t-shirts. I basically bought, a friend of mine has a t-shirt shop here locally. Somebody that I've known since elementary school. And so when I first started doing the YouTube thing, I went to him and paid him like $200 to make me a batch of t-shirts. But I can't really afford to do that. It was just an investment in the channel. So, that first run of t-shirts I have in my physical possession, and what those will probably end up being is when I go to a car show or something like that, that'd be that inventory. But what I'm going to do is the same thing that DJ Real One did, which is the Fourth Wall site. And basically with Fourth Wall, all I have to do is send them my designs and then list the advertisement, and they make it as people order it. It's on demand, and I don't have to pay for anything. I just get a percentage. They basically tell me how much they want to make off of this t-shirt, and I can mark it up as much as I want to. So that's something that will be set up. I think, what do I need? 50 more subscribers, I think. Let me look real quick. I'm at 462 and I need 500. So, my math is not working right now. 38. And then my watch hours, I think I've already got it in the watch hours. Oh no, I still need 98 more watch hours. So you need 3,000 watch hours and 500 subscribers for the first level. But theoretically, once I start getting a solid audience, Fourth Wall is awesome in my opinion. Everyone who has ordered something from my merch shop likes what they've gotten. Yeah, their quality, everything I bought a hat, I'm not wearing it, but I bought a hat from Real One, and it was embroidered. And, embroidered? I think that's, whatever. And it's quality. It's a quality hat. It's the same type of hat that I would order if I was going to order a specific type of hat. They got flex fit. They got the full range. You can get the cheapest garbage hat, and then you can get the nicest snap fit, whatever they're called. Flex fit, that's what I was trying to think of. And like I said, you don't have to prepay for anything. It's paid by the person that orders it, and they ship it. I don't have to ship anything or anything. So that's my plan. Yeah, Road Reality's got a good shop set up with his channel. Yeah, that dad hat is a great hat. It's a Yupeng or whoever the manufacturer is that I like that hat. That's awesome. So you are able to communicate with them and dial in the design. That's great. Word. What's up, sick bastard? What are you up to? You should be hitting the road soon, shouldn't you? Or are you going in the morning? Oh, water. So yes, even though this aromatherapy device is a vaporizer, it still gets hot. And hot lavender still burns your throat. 5 a.m. Well, that won't be bad on a Saturday, actually, now that I think about it. That'll actually be a really nice ride. And that's what, from you, an hour or two? 2 hours, probably? It might be foggy, though. Listening to some Humphreys McGee. Sick, you said you've heard of them. 2 hours with one stop, right on. Yeah, I've never really, going back to the motorcycle thing, I've never really been a long distance rider. I think it was kind of a compromise with my parents because my mom worked in a emergency room before she got pregnant with me, so she hates that I ride at all, or hated. She's passed now, but she used to always tell me, oh, stories of digging out the surgery tools from the brain buckets and all that stuff. And it's like, okay, well, you know, life is dangerous. But I've always been more of a local rider. I've always had a bike, but even the times when I used to go to Bike Week, I used to put the, you know, I hate to say it, but that's the reality. I used to put the bike in the back of the truck and unload it, and then just ride the strip, and then load it back up and drive back home. Longest I did was 7,000 in 15 days. Yeah, I couldn't. I mean, I could. It's not like I'm scared or anything. I just, I did use a motorcycle as my only mode of transportation for a while when I was very young. I was 18, 19 years old. And even in Florida in the winter time, going, I think it was 5 miles from my apartment to the pizza store that I managed, my hands, I'd have to peel them off of the hand grips, and it sucked. I, of course, didn't have the correct gear, but, and then rain, yeah, it's just no fun. Numbed out after 3 days. Yeah, I imagine. No windshield. My little Chinese bike, it's a little 250 thumper, so you get up in the RPM range at all, and it's just a vibration, and yeah, your hands go numb almost immediately. But it's, you know, like I said, I love riding a motorcycle. It's inherently dangerous, especially because of the other people that are around. I try to think that I'm a relatively safe rider and or driver, and I'm aware, situational awareness. But that doesn't stop somebody from just flying around a corner and killing you immediately. 2013 to 2021. Yeah, 8 years. Couldn't have done it. I've been riding since the 80s. Yeah, me too. Well, no, that would be a lie. Well, no, it wouldn't. Absolutely. In 89, I was 16, so I was riding a motor scooter, but no, I had a motor scooter. I had a couple motor scooters already at that point. And then when I was 18, no, we weren't 18, we were 17. Excuse me, a friend of mine and I went in together on 1973, 72 Honda CB360. And that was when I learned about carburetors and synchronizing carburetors, and the fact that if you have a twin cylinder motorcycle with two carburetors and only one of them is working, and then the second one suddenly kicks in, it's almost like having a turbocharger. Not having a bike now is killing me. Well, I'm sure Harley Davidson will gladly finance you the finest 2026 Road Glide for only $1,200 a month. I'm glad I don't, my dad gets mad at me. He's like, why do you need all those vehicles? And I'm like, what's it to you? But the reality is that I don't have a lot of money into any of this. The Vulcan was basically me keeping it for a friend and him just kind of writing it off. The Chinese bike I spent $400 on, and then I put, I probably got $1,000 into it at this point from registering it and upgrades. The Bug, I won't even say what I've got into the Bug because I got a killer deal on this Bug. We'll just leave it at that. But I mean, it's all investments as far as I'm concerned. I've had this shit hit the fan before. I had at one time, if any of you are familiar with Yamaha XS650s, I had 13 Yamaha XS650s at one time. And after I got laid off from HVAC, those bikes paid my rent for 3 or 4 months. Excuse me, I need to drink water instead of coffee. Love the Bug. It's a love bug. That's why you love the Bug. That's something else. I'm getting more confident in driving it now that I've started to. It's just a matter of, I'm nervous. I don't want to break down somewhere. I don't have a lot of people here anymore. A lot of my close friends have passed on, and a lot of others have moved. And I don't really like people, so I'm not going out of my way to make new friends. But, if I break down, I got to call AAA and wait. My point being, wait 4 hours for them to decide to send out a tow truck. So I kind of want to make sure it's at least reasonably reliable before I take it on any long distances. But I want to daily the Bug, frankly. Schmoke, I don't like people. I mean, I think everybody here knows what I mean. People kind of suck, but the more you drive it, the more confident you will get with the Bug. And that's absolutely true. The reality is, though, I don't know if you know the whole story. When I got this thing, it was sitting in someone's backyard. And I went through the motor. I adjusted the valves, made sure the timing was set, but I haven't done an oil change yet. There's a leak right now that's appeared since last time I drove it. I want to do an oil change. I want to readjust the valves. I have already done the transaxle. I've changed the fluid in that. I put new axle seals on. There's a lot of little things that really need to be done before I go trying to drive at any distance. I'd like to put a temperature sensor on it. But, I mean, it'll crank right up right now. It'll fire right up. Bring tools. It depends. Oh, on the people thing. Also, Schmoke, let me start a YouTube channel and make lots of friends. Yes, and that's the reality of it is, yeah, you're absolutely right, Rode. And that's another thing that I do like about YouTube. But I know for certainty that some of the people that I am friends with on YouTube, we would clash in real life. And I don't try to manifest that. I've had enough life experience that I can I'm pretty intuitive. We'll just say that. Bring tools. Oh yes, that's another thing I want to do. I've got several vintage toolboxes. Maybe we'll do that now. I want to put together a cool old metal vintage toolbox to put in there. Small doses, small groups only. Individuals are smart, funny, kind. Groups are dumb, mean. Yeah. The more people I meet, the more I love my dogs. Van has tow hitch for trailer. You know, I try and give people the benefit of the doubt. I've had a lot of, I hate to say it, but I've had a lot of bad experiences. I think y'all can tell, I'm a pretty kind person. A lot of people think I'm an asshole because I am an asshole. However, in truth, I am a very kind person, and I will give you the t-shirt off my back. There are evil people out there that will take advantage of that, and I have been taken advantage of, even knowing it was happening and giving them the benefit of the doubt in order to hopefully teach them a lesson on more than one occasion. So, whether it's caused by my own decisions and choices or not, you know, I am very wary of relationships of any type. I need to refill my water bottle. I'll be right back. And you'll still be able to hear me. You'll hear the ice cubes go in it, because I put a couple ice cubes in it. But I like kitties. Want to say hi, kitty? Say hi? No? Okay. Then don't. You want to say hi, other kitty? Say hi to the people on YouTube? No? I swear they know when I have the microphone on because they will be vocal normally. But when I want them to be, they won't be. You know, cats. Cat stuff. And that strange sound was me pumping a pump dispenser out of a Zephyr Hills spring water bottle. Because I do not drink my well water. I do make ice out of it, though. I'd help you if you broke down, but it might take me longer to get there from Idaho than AAA. That's true, Pilato. Good to see you still lurking or back. When I have to be an asshole, I will, but I get no enjoyment out of it. Yeah, and that's... When I say I'm an asshole, I mean that... You know, it's hard to... The older I get... Like, if I go to Publix, for instance, if I go to the supermarket, and it does depend on my mood. If I'm not interested in dealing with anybody, I will go in there with the resting bitch face, or whatever you want to call it, with just that. The energy that I'm putting out is not something that you want to interact with. On the other hand, like today, I was in a really good mood, and I went into Publix, and I was talking to people in the aisles and all that. I do, if you haven't gathered, I have depression. I don't suffer from it. I deal with it. I am clinically depressed. I am, what's the other one? ADHD, although that was not, there was no term for it when I was growing up. So it's undiagnosed, but absolutely. So I'm kind of wishy-washy as far as my moods. But my point being is that I can absolutely be, like you're saying, sick. I can be a real asshole if I need to be. I can be... you don't want to that part of me scares people. People that have known me for a long time and didn't know that there was a bear under there. But overall, I am actually a very kind person, and like I said, I'll give you the t-shirt off my back. I will pull over if you have a flat tire and help you change your tire. But I've also met the worst side of human beings, and it's sad. A lot of times there's addiction involved and stuff like that, but a lot of times it's just people weren't fucking raised right. And they're just straight up evil. Scary Smoke. Smokey the Bear. Yeah, it's fun. We remain in content for the many decades that we have because he is an authentic person with a huge heart. Thank you, Jen. I appreciate that, Mama, very much. Now I have to use the bathroom. Thanks, Smoke. My water bottle. Yeah, it's actually really funny if I snap at somebody, because it's happened more than once. where they have no idea that that's there. I mean, their jaw literally drops. Like, whoa. Dyslexia, ADHD, Ritalin teen, not diagnosed till 6th grade. See, and I think you're about the same age as I am, Sick. So it was coming on. They were starting to dose the kids as we were growing up. Thankfully, they put me on Prozac. And once it actually kicked in and it turned me into a zombie, I was like, fuck this, and I stopped taking it. I like everyone. What's up, Sterling Wheel? Welcome in, my friend. I don't think have you been in here before? I don't know if you have. I'll have to give you the shop tour in a second. 1971. All right, so you're 2 years older than me. I'm a 73 model. Mute your mic if you go to the bathroom. I do. I actually leave it out here. I've never been diagnosed with anything, but some have told me I may be ADD or ADHD. Yeah, I don't know what the difference is. I used to spit out my Ritalin. You know, and it's so funny because I'll be honest with y'all. My dad was a doctor, okay? So I watched the pharmaceutical companies take over and the insurance companies take over, and I watched it break my dad's heart because my dad was your loving family doctor. And the more that these pharmaceutical companies started pushing their drugs, and then the insurance companies, it's such a sham now. Our health, yeah, I'm not getting into that. Y'all know exactly what I was about to say. 69 model. Some people are downright evil, and they don't even pay it any mind, but when you call it out, they get extremely offended. Oh yeah, I love those ones. I don't mess with them anymore. Just find the community that has similar value. Yeah, and I was late diagnosed with PDA autism at age 38. Life sucks, but whatever. Let's go for a ride. Been around the show here a couple times. Right on. I wasn't sure if you've been in for a live. I know I've seen you in my comment stream. Yeah, I think I've seen you in lives. But yeah, you know, and none of the mental health issues and stuff like that. I'm not looking at that as an excuse. It's an explanation, and I feel that it's something that is very under talked about, and that's my building adjusting itself. The sun's going down. You know, it's really sad. ADHD. True wake up. I don't let people play in my face. Attention deficit disorder, hyperactivity disorder. You know, and my thing was when that term first came out, it's like attention deficit disorder or whatever. In my experience, came from a lack of attention from my parents. It wasn't my lack of attention. It created my lack of attention, I think. You know, it's... Which came first, the chicken or the egg? Like, pot causes depression. No, depressed people smoke pot. Is that a Craftsman radial arm saw in the background? It absolutely is. Neurodivergent is sometimes a curse. Few people understand me. Yeah, and that's the thing is, being a relatively intelligent person myself, I've been picked on my whole life. Yes, that is a probably 82, 83, I believe. That was my dad's also. He's still with us, but he's just getting older, and he's not going to mess with it. And so that was, instead of buying a chop saw and a table saw and all that stuff, I was like, Dad, do you mind if I bring the radial arm saw over to the project and build my... So that's what I used to frame my house. I like the Tiffany lamp. Yeah, this was... My dad made this in the 70s. This was his one attempt at stained glass. So that was today's project, was just kind of cleaning it up, because it was packed away in 89 and my mom smoked cigarettes, so it was sticky. But I got it all cleaned up, and I'm going to rewire it and put it in the office, probably. But yeah, that saw, obviously it's not, but it's going to get a dedicated space, and I'm going to set it up correctly and level it all out. If you don't know what a radial arm saw is, I can do just about anything with that saw. They're very dangerous. I never used one, but they seem versatile. I'm not sure about safety issues. Yeah, they're exceedingly dangerous. Any power tool is, but a radial arm saw is very dangerous, and you have to be mindful of it. But it's also exceedingly versatile. I can rip, cross cut. I can use that for a router. I can do dados. I can do all kinds of stuff with that thing. And I've got all the blades. Dad bought it basically to make a bunch of shelves for his medical office, strangely enough, for all his files and stuff. Doctor don't know what they're doing half the time. Well, a lot of the time, again, modern doctors, I have no idea, but back in up into the mid 90s, I would say, it got destroyed by the insurance companies, and they were very restrictive. They're prescribing for the pharmaceutical companies and for the insurance companies rather than actually diagnosing problems. Chip off the old block, Wes. Actually, I'm a lot more, not talking shit about my dad, but I took it to the next level. He was a doctor, like I said, and this was more hobby. These things were a hobby for him. Whereas I've been a craftsman, as far as I've worked somewhat in the construction trade, at least helping people pretty much since I was about 18 years old. I learned the basics from him, though. I'm heading, guys. I have to try my costumes on. All right. Toya's doing costumes. Particular area of medicine, he was a family practice. He was your family doctor. And I loved seeing my dad in his office. He and I do not get along outside of his office. But in his office, yeah, he was great. A cat and a liquor bottle. Wow, Toya. Humphreys, man. If y'all don't know Humphreys McGee, Wes, check him out. I just want to, yep. Anyway. Yes, sir. I don't know if y'all can even hear the music. Two separate costumes or one combined? I'm a cat and a liquor bottle. Well, thanks, y'all. Happy Friday. Thanks for hanging out. Not sure how often cats are being paired with liquor bottles. Well, depends what bar you're hanging out in. That sounded really strange, but I know what I meant. Oh, let me do this. Pew. Camera change. Whew. What's next? Somebody just sent me a message. Message for you, sir. Eric the car guy. Oh, wow. I gotta go. I got another live I gotta watch. I could put it on here. You have a liquor box for the cat? I don't have. Wow. Hold on. There's a bunch that happened since I walked across the room. Doctors are just people. They make mistakes. Yeah, that's true too. I don't have cats and I don't drink alcohol. That's probably a good choice. I don't know about the cats thing. You have a liquor box for the cat. Thank you for going live. No problem, Pilato. Like I said in the title, no one else was, so. Oh, wow. Nice one. Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to see if I can do this without creating a huge issue, because Eric the Car Guy is actually one of my earliest YouTube subscriptions, and he's been gone for quite some time, and he just got himself a new shop. And the way that I grow my channel is by being part of community. Wow, that's loud.
Things have changed dramatically.
All right, I need to turn that down, please. Volume, thank you. Cheese and rice.
Here we are now at the end of that long journey.
Come on, volume down. There we go. Jeez, that was loud. All right. So, the way that I'm growing my channel, like I said, is by being part of these communities. So we're going to jump in his chat and say, yo, and do my little smoke character, because that's my shtick. All right. And I'm going to turn that down because I don't really care what he's saying. I'll mute it, as a matter of fact. Mute. Oh, I can't mute it. It's coming through the stereo. Mute. There we go. All right. Cool. All right. So now I made my presence there. Are we still functional or are we locked up? Subscribers. It's Smokey Shtick. Is it his Eric the Car Guy channel or the ECTG1? No, the original, the old school Eric the Car Guy channel. And he is live right now. This is the first, his new shop. And guess what? We could even watch this. Add scene, scene 2, layer, display capture, select a source, first look at my new shop. Bam! So now we're streaming a stream. That's his water source. Wait, that was supposed to be full screen. Why is it not full screen? I want it to be full screen. I don't want the chat. That's neat though. They made it where you can see the chat now. That's cool. I want my chat. Is it member only live? Because I don't see it live. It's a premiere of a video. He's not actually live. It's just a premiere of his introduction to his new shop. So he's just walking through it. You know, like I do, like I premiere my videos. Which reminds me, I need to add a layer. This is gonna be so cool. I love this. I'm a streamer. Boom. So now there's that. Now we're gonna take that and do that, and then we're going to crop it down to where all you need to see is that. Boop. Then I can put me back over here. Oh wait, no, I'm not done yet. Do that, then hit done. We're going through the cabinets. There we go. And there's little Smokey hiding in the corner, hanging out, watching Eric the Car Guy with his chat. Smokes React. Does YouTube have the new React to Live videos feature available? Wow, that would be interesting. I don't know. I don't think so. I'm not even going to try and do that. I don't even think this is working very well. I found it now. No, it seems like it's working. That's cool. I'm watching a stream of a stream. That's cray cray. Alright. So I'm going to grab my device and get my little stool. And then I should be able to... Where are we at? There we are. Turn that slightly that way. Hopefully not lose it. Maybe even down a little. How about now? Let me move over. Oh, wrong way. That way. Aha! Cool. Hints of Inception. Oh, Pilato, we can do Inception. I like doing the vortex where I take the camera into the screen and then it creates a loop. That's fun. I like audio loops too. Oh, can y'all hear the sound? I just thought about that. What are y'all hearing? No. Oh, can y'all hear the sound? I just thought about you're just hearing the music. See, so here's a loop. Can y'all hear the sound? So here's a loop. So here's a loop. See, so here's a loop. Can y'all hear the sound? So here's a loop. So here's a loop. I like doing loops. Loops are fun. I like doing loops. Loops are fun. Can't hear Eric. Okay, cool. I didn't really want you to be able to, so there. I can't either. But we can always go back and watch later if we're that interested. I just wanted to give him the... I did kind of want to participate in his chat, but I forgot to, so whatever. It'll be alright. I've lost my map. Oh, we weren't live. Now we are. So I can bring the chat back too. If I do that. Yeah, that's his chat. It's very tiny. Hey, Renegade. Haha! Renegade's getting attention. That's funny. I didn't even stay long enough to see if he responded to mine. But there you go, Renegade. Run with it. And then when you get to be friends with them, tell them about my channel. I don't really feel like going live today. Shame on you. Shame on me? What did I do? Because I didn't want to play Eric's music or sound. I like my music, man. I don't want to hear somebody else talk. I'm listening to new music. And Renegade, if you don't, then don't. I mean, it's still new to me. It's still kind of exciting to me. Plus, like I said, now that I've got it all set up out here, it's almost hard for me to not turn it on because it's all ready to go. And it's kind of fun, like I said. For not participating in Eric's chat. Yeah, you're right. But I think he's got a whole bunch of people in there. Let's see. Oops, that's not what it was supposed to do. See, YouTube keeps making changes, and now there's 2 different layers or something. I don't know what's going on here. So he's got 320 watching. It's a lot more than I do. But I got 9. I had 10 a second ago. I scared somebody off. Of course I'm right. I'm always right. Thought I was wrong once, but I was mistaken. I have the same problem. Pelado. Ay, ay, ay. See, that's what I want to do right here, is build a loft and have this area be underneath the loft. That's exactly what I want to do. I gotta look at that and see how he built that, because he's got no supports there. Oh yeah, he is. He's right there by the pole. So he's got one big pole. Huh. I said he's got one big pole. Ah, lavender. Are those light fixtures? I need those. That's always fun, getting a new property or helping someone clean up a property and getting to go through all the cabinets and drawers. How many big poles does a man need? Talking about going through drawers and big poles. So that's actually running pretty smoothly considering that I'm streaming someone else's video through my live stream with music playing. I'm impressed. WD-40, I need that. I used all mine. Here's the wire. Coax. This is the Disco Biscuits because we have now gone away from Humphreys McGee and we're now just playing random music. Wow. So I guess he's got done what I did and got his point of view camera or something. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, he was probably one of the first people to use a point of view camera. So I was thinking to launch a new channel today, but then I saw you were live, and that sounded like more fun. What's your new channel going to be about, Pilato? If you don't mind my asking, if it's not a surprise. Back to full screen. I don't need the chat. All right. What time is it? 5:15? Adam Fisher. Think of all the dishes you could put in those cabinets. Good to see you, Adam. Welcome in. Business taxes, fun stuff like that. That's where the big money's at in YouTube, isn't it? That's the highest pay, whatever it's called. Per million, whatever it's called, per mil. Hope so. I think it is. I think financial is the highest paying niche in YouTube. Or one of, if not the. Mr. Hancock, what are you doing? I think I was supposed to film a video for this week today. I think that was the other thing I was coming out here to do. What do y'all want to do this week? Should we work on the bug? What did I work on last? Was that the bug or the bike? I'll have to figure that out. I might want to do some lawnmower maintenance. I don't know. Revenue per mil. Yes, RPM. That's it. I don't know what they're going to do for me. Because I'm all over the place. They probably will just be like, we're not going to pay him. He's ridiculous. So that's all. As far as I know, from what I remember him saying, was all this stuff was left in the shop when he got it, by the way. Old Eric the car guy. And there's his loft. So yeah, he's got a pole and one beam going out. Man, if that's engineered, I can do that with stuff that I have here. I would need a couple more joists, but interesting. Very interesting. Excuse me. I'm definitely going to go back and watch this again. Ay, ay, ay. All right, where are we sitting at? 2 hours? Wow. Guys, and gals, I've lost my chat. All messages. It's gone. It's back now. There we go. It's on top messages again, though. Why does it keep doing that? All messages. Thank you. Anyway, gang, I think, where are you? You're over there. I think I'm going to pretty much wrap this up. We're going to switch to that scene? Yes. I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up because, again, it was just a spontaneous live because no one else was live. And I'm glad all of y'all joined me. But frankly, I want to take a nap before I have to. I don't have to, but before I moderate for DJ Real One later on this evening. And then I got to get some dinner in there along the way as well. So I'm going to wrap this up, shut the shop down, and work towards those goals. But again, napping sounds amazing. Yeah, I am not afraid to take a nap. At however old I am now, 52 years old, I am not afraid to take a nap. Plus, I don't sleep well at night anyway, so being a bachelor, I just kind of work when I feel like working and sleep when I feel like sleeping a lot of times. But I try not to do too much of either. Thank you for hanging out, Sick. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out. I'm going to pause that, and then I don't have to feel like I have to yell. Yeah, everybody have a great day. I may see you a little later if you stream Renegade. Jen, it was very great having you in here hanging out as well. Everybody, I appreciate you hanging out. Each and every one of you. And I hope to see you on, what day is it? Today's Friday. So Sunday is my actual normal live, scheduled live. And that is Sunday at noon Eastern is when I do that. And I will try to have something more of a project. What I'll probably end up doing is getting the parts, and we'll finish messing with that lamp maybe. That would be a great idea. And other than that, I upload a video. I try to upload a video long form video every Wednesday. I also do a live chat and a premiere of those if you haven't seen it. Film that toolbox for the bug when you make it, or make it Sunday. That's another good idea, Adam. I appreciate that. So that's something else I want to do, is start getting into the posts on my community and maybe putting up some polls so that y'all can help me decide on what subject matter we'd like to touch on. Anyway, have a good day. If I don't see you until later, have a good weekend, and love y'all. Peace. It's going to take me a second to turn this off because I don't even know what window we're in. But I believe we could go something like that. And then party on, shoppers. Thank you, Smokey. Peace, y'all. Love you. Later. Pew.